I just did an entire show and nobody was on it. And I did something unbelievable that I've never done before. Oh my God. I was just live for the entire time and I didn't know. For like an hour and for a half an hour straight. And I did some of the most amazing things that I've ever done and it was never recorded. This is really shocking. Anyway, let's go back in time. I talked about JASMY last night. This thing would blast to the upside out of the symmetrical triangle. Nailed it to the upside, right? Nailed it. We talked about VAI would boom to the upside, nail it for 89%. MNET looks good to me. These charts look good to me. I like what I'm seeing. I was just live literally for the last hour and I hit the button. An error came up. I didn't see the error. I just kept going. I've been live the whole time. And I've been breaking down Bitcoin in ways you do not believe. I've been talking about the 3-day chart for Bitcoin. So let me just fire off what I've been doing. I just went live for literally an hour straight. Was grinding. And I didn't look at the chat at all. I was just in the zone. And I was seeing things that I never saw before. I could not believe it. So look. I looked at the 3-day chart. And what I did is I brought out this... screenshot, right? Which I'm going to have to pull out now. Give me the screenshot and give it to me now. I need it now. This is interesting. I'm looking at the 3-day. I just want to show you something that'll blow your mind. Bear with me right now. Stick with the lifer here. I got something that's going to just insanely... It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So look at this. I went back and I was looking at the 3-day chart here. All right. And I'm all the way back here looking at this idea. And look, we dumped. We had this nasty dump. We made this trough. We had these highs. We busted through the highs. We made this rising wedge flag, bull flag. All right. The 3-day chart was overbought on the RSI. The 3-day chart was overbought on the stochastics RSI. Right. Everything. So what I did is I came and I went and I grabbed a picture of this thing. And I looked at that. I said, that's interesting. I looked at the 21 crossing the moving averages. We jettison up to the 200-day SMA. The moving averages take precedent here. They don't care that these levels are really high on the oscillators. We have to get to that 200 SMA on the moving average, right? So look at this. This is insane. So look at this. This is nuts. So check it out. So I looked at this and I could not believe it. I could not believe what I was seeing. So see, I was live this whole time. I went live for an entire hour straight. I've been working. I could not believe nobody saw what I just did. I've been sitting here like this, boom, 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 boom. And I've been in the zone too. And it felt amazing. When I found out nobody was watching, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I looked and I said, it doesn't even say go live. I was like, man, I guess you do this once out of 100 days, once out of 200-300 days, right? So I looked at this anomaly for Bitcoin and then I'm looking where Bitcoin is now because everyone's like, we're going to short the market. We're going to short the market. We're overbought on all the oscillators. And I'm like, okay, we are. I get it. But look, I mean, if we take a look at Bitcoin now, we take a look at Bitcoin right now. I'm just going to move this for a second. And there's cup and handle vibes. But the idea here is we got the same thing as this picture. And I'm not saying just because we see this picture doesn't mean it's going to happen. But we got the same thing going on. We're overbought on the RSI extremely. We're overbought on the stochastics RSI extremely. We're in a flag. But the 21's crossing the 80, just crossed the 50. 21's just crossing the 50 now. We're right there. As the flag's forming, we're in the same pocket of time here, breaking through these highs. This is very, very interesting to me. Very interesting. This 3-day chart anomaly is bugging me out. And it's something that I do believe we have to pay attention to. It's very, very interesting. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to Crypto Clown World. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So I just want to show you this right off the bat, something that I've been looking at. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Shout out to the Gains Factory. We hit VAI for massive gains to the upside. We hit GLQ for massive gains to the upside, right? Boom, boom, boom. You name it, we hit it, all right? Top 3 gainers of the day. AGIX nailed it. Continue to go up 142% gains. Banging on them. I put the entry, stop loss, target. Everything went swimmingly. No stop loss got hit in the making of any of these trades. I talked about One Earth. It had come back to the golden pocket. This took patience, took a week or two to hold, but eventually bang for 39%. Bang. Look at AGX. Imagine $500 turning into over $1,000, 142%. That's like basically turning $500 into about $1,200. Bang. right? One Earth, booming, taking about a week. JASMY, I put out last night. JASMY was last night and boomed. I did my whole stream and didn't have the thing recorded. I wasn't live. So I sat here for a half an hour straight and just did my whole stream and I wasn't live.
Are you live now?
Yeah, so I'm just, but you know, now you're going to get your wish that it's going to be super short. So now I'm just going to condense everything that I did. But I put this out last night, up 64% gains overnight. Everybody, my trading group is a gem. I work tirelessly. I love finding gains. I do it for a living. It's fun for me. Look, still in a bullish consolidation. Tight moving averages. 200 is riding the bottom of the pattern. One of my favorite signs of a move. Yesterday at 9:18 p.m. All right? 9 in the morning on a Saturday. I'm sitting there grinding, showing you where the gains could be had. This is insanity to me. And these are the top 3 gainers. These are the things that I was looking at, breaking it down. Shout out to everybody here. GLQ also in the move. Look at this. It does not stop. DMTR I put out yesterday. Came out the flag for gains. Last night, Matrix AI I put out. Boom for gains. Had a feeling this thing was going to move. Look, never hit the stop loss from the entry to the upside. Boom. And you're back, how is this possible? 31% overnight. Man, all the AI coins want to move. We know where the narrative is. NAVI was also a coin I'm looking at on the radar. So there's just more and more. TWT is another one that I'm looking at. All right. I'm also in XYO. I like XYO. It's super tight in the channel. And I got more every single day. I'm staring at these charts all day long till my wife stares at me. Anyway, so back to Bitcoin real quick. So I see bullishness for Bitcoin despite being overbought on these big oscillators. Do not be surprised if we go all the way to 30K. And one thing that I keep showing on the daily is the VRVP. If I take a look at all this data here and the VRVP comes on in and you look at these gaps in the VRVP, we gapped up through here. We can gap up to 30K very easily. Then we're going to kind of have a little bit of an issue, but then we gap up to 38,000, 40K. And then the next stop here is 46,000. It's not going to be that hard to get to these levels, everybody, because of the gaps in the VRVP. So I think people don't realize how big of a move we could have just from looking at, not looking at where we're at and not looking at the asset, just looking at the technical analysis of the asset. About to get a golden cross on the daily time frame. That's a big deal. The 50 crossing the 200 is a big deal to me. All right. So daily is also oversold. 12 hours oversold. 4 hours oversold. 1 hour's oversold. I mean, every single time frame beat to the ground. Bitcoin's still in a flag. You tell me. So I like what I'm seeing here for BTC. Up, down action here for Bitcoin. All right. And that's what I had this kind of drawn for. Bitcoin's just been doing it.
All right, let's get the baby some. Let's go get that.
It's going down, up, right? And I had this cup and handle slightly drawn here too. On Bitcoin in this falling wedge. Likely to break to the upside, 68% chance you're getting oversold and you're hanging on this point of control. You didn't break it. So I see bullishness for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Sorry, my finger slipped. I see bullishness for Bitcoin in my humble opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if we go sideways. It is Sunday night into Monday morning. A lot of volatility. But again, lately the volatility's been in our favor for bullishness to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a move to the upside. So I do see a Sammy cup and handy for Bitcoin. I see an uptrend. I see a low. I see a higher high. I see a higher low. Bitcoin just has to put in a higher high to remain bullish. Okay? So, and again, what's the bearish scenario? Is this a rising wedge? We could break down and begin to fall to these areas. We lose this area. VRVP takes you to 21K. So it's not all gravy. We could go to 21,000. And I get it. There is a bearish divergence. A lot of people are like, but what about the bearish divvy here? Well, you got this sharp swing down on the RSI, and you got this swinging up on price action. And yes, I would short that, but we've bounced numerous times off support and resistance, and we've been holding it pretty nicely, showing me signs of life here. So Bitcoin's also at a significant, I could put a line here, and it's the VRVP. I mean, either one. I mean, it's a significant area. All right, so I woke up this morning, right on the 15, I saw this head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Inside of the right shoulder, there was even a head and shoulder here. I've seen that many times. The shoulder inside, the head and shoulder inside of the head and shoulder. It's pretty crazy. And yes, we got the drop. And there was a gap here in the VRVP, but we have a good level. And look, resistance, bounce, little chunk here. So this is an area that we're looking at. 23,000 so far got battled. We went to a low of 23,000, never even went lower. So 23K is holding the zone nicely. Over the bottom, multiple time frames. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. All right. And there's multiple things that I've been posting in the trading group that are still valid, ready to rock. I would definitely pay attention. Solana is on my radar. I believe for the most likely move to the upside, Solana. All right. I like what I'm seeing for Solana here. It's tight into channel. The 3L token will play nicely too as well. I've basically been hitting like 90% of these that I posted recently. So they look just like the ones that I've been posting, but you never know. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. It could dump at any moment. You have to get the education. You have to get the knowledge. I teach class every single Tuesday. If you want to jump on into class every Tuesday from 3 to 5:30 Eastern time. And last thing I'll show you is BOOKMAP, and then I'm going to jump on out of here. Look at BOOKMAP doing its thing. The only liquidity we really saw was 23.8. It kind of got eaten and disappeared. Now you can kind of see a little level higher. It says we'll go up to at least 23,300 and recover. We did get a little short squeeze right there. If I see anything, I believe a short squeeze. It is Sunday. We'll have less volume than normal. All right. You can get BOOKMAP if you want. Link in the description below. You won't get it any with a better discount than what you get through us. All right. If you invert the Bitcoin daily and pull the fib on it, 786 is 4.75. Amazing. Everybody, I love you all. Thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And again, don't forget about that 3-day anomaly that I showed you. Don't forget about the 3-day anomaly that I showed you. This could change everything. All right, everyone. I got to run. Baby's crying. I got to help my family. But I love you all. Have a wonderful morning, wonderful day. I'll be back in the charts of the trading group, and I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Thank you.